Hey guys, this is Typhorus Reacts, and I'm back to react to Death Battle Omni-Man versus Homelander. Do I really need to say anything? Like, seriously, does anybody really need to say anything? If there's like a few good things I can say about this, it's one, the banter is going to be pretty good, simply because you know how these two characters are, and two, I mean, I have never seen the Death Battle fan base come together in such a way as just to say, yeah, Homelander's getting his ass beat. So, yeah, I have never seen the Death Battle fan base so united as one before. I guess that's a good thing. It's so sad that it had to be because of this. Like, I know we've had stomp matchups before, but this is just, like, at least when it comes to other stomp matchups they've done, at least to the casual viewer, it wouldn't seem like a stomp. Like, Vegeta versus Thor, that's not gonna seem like a stomp to anybody who doesn't know, like, what Thor is capable of, and with just a bit of the extra stuff added in. And, yeah, we got, let's see, I'm trying to think of what other ones, but that's the closest one I can think of. I guess maybe yeah, I'm blanking here. So I know there's plenty of other examples, but like at least those have some right to be there because they're entertaining in a way. This one, though, this is just one, like, even if you're a casual fan of these two you know, shows and characters, you'd know that this is completely pointless. This is just, like, the minute you think, oh yeah, Omni-Man versus Homelander, that'd be pretty cool. They're both kind of based off of the same concept, and then you look at them and go, wait a minute. This doesn't require practically any research. You could just other than just watching the shows, like, just to know that, yeah, Homelander, yeah, he's cool and all, but, like, the most you can give him is maybe, like, country level? Maybe? And that's a extreme highball, and Omni-Man at worst is at least small planet level. So, yeah, and if you wank him up, he's solar system level. So, yeah, this is... They were created by two very different people. Like, The Boys was created by a guy who hates superhero comics and decided to pretty much make his own comic, which deconstructed the entire narrative. And then we have Invincible, which was created by a guy who loved superhero comics, and so he, you know, just made his own mythos out of it all. And yeah, we are dealing with two very different beasts here. And one of them is going to eat the other alive. Let me put it this way, the preview that we got, yeah, that could pretty much be the entire fight. That's it, like, except, you know, imagine, like, when Omni-Man punches him, it just goes through Homelander's face. That's it. That's literally all this. If this fight lasts a minute longer than like 2 minutes longer than the preview, I'm going to be shocked. Because this is such an obvious stomp to everyone, not just the hardcore, you know, versus debaters. It's also completely obvious to casuals, and I hate that. This is just themes with no regard for sense. Okay, I've gotten my rant out of the way, but yeah, let's just jump right in and we'll see just how badly they're going to have Homelander lose. So, yeah, let's just jump right in. We'll start the video in 3, 2, 1, play.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by BetterHelp and Mint Mobile.
Alright. Oh, yeah, okay. I keep forgetting that they decided not to make those as long as they used to be.
Omni-Man, the invincible champion from planet Viltrum.
Homelander, the world's greatest superhero, brought to you by Vought International.
Few heroes have stood the test of time with more aplomb than the very first, Superman.
Detail regarding spoilers past shows as much as possible,
did,
yeah.
in fact, corrupt absolutely.
Answer, we're all screwed. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Gee, I wonder. So anyway, let's just see what the analysis are going to be.
It's a plane. No, it's Omni-Man.
Yeah.
How'd you go in there for a second, huh?
Not really. His name is in the title of the video.
Well, you might be forgiven for mistaking Nolan Grayson for his classic comic inspiration. He's even got that sexy mustache that he's not afraid to hide with
That good old J.
CGI.
Jonah
Or
Jameson
another
mustache.
Nolan was sent to Earth to
Really
act
wants
as
his
a
son to
superpowered
think.
alien
Think,
defender
Mark.
for the
Think.
enlightenment of his utopian homeworld.
And as his superhero alter ego Omni-Man, there was no one better suited to the task. He saved the world countless times, worked alongside the Guardians of the Globe, and even married and had a son, Mark.
Life couldn't be better until Mark inherited his dad's Viltrumite powers. That's when Mark found out that his dad was a stinking rat bastard liar.
Turns out, Viltrum wasn't exactly the peaceful utopia Nolan promised.
Peaceful in
Right.
the sense that they culled half their population, murdering billions with their bare hands until only the strongest were left, united by a common purpose.
This Viltrumite empire then went on to conquer planet after planet in their home galaxy, murdering any who dared oppose them. So just scratch that whole peaceful part entirely.
Yeah.
Turns out Omni-Man was here to do that same thing to Earth. Sorry, Mark. Your dad's a dick.
Even
Yeah.
worse, he's easily the most powerful being on the entire planet.
Imagine combining the raw power of a Kryptonian and the bloodlust of a Saiyan.
Right,
What
yeah,
you get
they're
is
basically
a
Saiyans.
Viltrumite.
Due to
Like,
their
they
unique
literally,
DNA,
like,
Viltrumites are composed
they get
of
stronger
smart
every
atoms that
time
can
they
manipulate
almost
to
die.
achieve superhuman
That's
feats,
literally in the
like holding
story.
their breath for weeks on end by drawing more energy from the oxygen inside them.
Kinda reminds me of that whole bioelectric aura thing Superman has. That's basically how comic writers bullshit a science-y explanation for his powers.
Except smart atoms make even less sense. How can atomic structure be designated by your DNA? DNA is made of atoms. It's completely nonsensical biological hogwash that I cannot stand.
Uh-oh, comics fans. I'm calling this debunked. Viltrumites can fly, withstand near absolute zero temperatures, and even possess insane healing factors.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Stuff like getting punched through the stomach, having
Right.
your guts ripped out, or having your face smashed up into tomato soup. I don't mean to exaggerate, but Viltrumites in this series get fucked up and somehow survive.
Yeah.
Too much trauma to the brain or heart can overtax their healing factors, and intense heat can be especially damaging.
Even the most powerful Viltrumites can be killed by extended baths in the spicy hot plasma of a star.
And
There we
because
go.
of their abilities, their inner ear vestibular system is far more sensitive than a regular human.
Ah,
Intense
yeah.
sonic pressure will disrupt their fragile equilibrium and even prevent them from flying.
Though pushing themselves to their physical limits only ends up making them way stronger. And
Oh, yeah.
considering Nolan has been alive and planet conquering for thousands of years, he is easily one of the toughest Viltrumites around. Like, other aliens attacking him will literally splatter their bodies against him. But Mark didn't inherit everything from his dad. Despite his alien genes, Mark was raised as a human with our weak, pathetic human values like love and compassion and not brutally murdering the shit out of everyone you see like a maniac.
Yeah.
It made it difficult for Nolan to relate to his kid.
Such as when these aliens invaded Earth. Mark tried his best to minimize casualties and outsmart his numerically superior foes.
Nolan, meanwhile, tackled their leader through the portal back to their homeworld, then spent some time systematically annihilating their planet for
Yeah.
even daring to take Earth from him. Classic generational divide.
Annihilate is underselling it. Nolan flew so fast that his body lit their planet's atmosphere on fire, creating massive country-sized explosions.
Yeah.
With his own body as the projectile.
Omni-Man has flown across galaxies in only a week, survived punching a hole through a planet,
Yep,
and
there we
even
go.
deflected a meteor the size of Texas.
Assuming that means the diameter of the meteor is equivalent to the distance from the top of the Panhandle to the Gulf of Mexico, that would make it 1,300 kilometers wide.
Yeah,
Weighed
here we
over
go.
4.6 quintillion tons, moving at re-entry
Oof.
speeds of over 11,000 meters per second. It had hit with enough energy to destroy the moon twice over.
So
Wow.
Omni-Man is strong enough to slaughter those who considered him an ally, the Guardians of the Globe, all to ensure as seamless a transition to the coming Viltrumite rule as possible.
Too bad for Nolan, it wouldn't be that easy, because he'd have to go through his son first.
Right.
Mark was horrified by his father's treachery, spurred on by the reveal that Nolan only viewed his mother as a pet, a disposable broodmare. Invincible fought Omni-Man to save the planet.
And that's when Mark's real Viltrumite training began. Get it? Training?
Yeah.
Like the train?
Yes, we get it. It was a good pun. Jesus.
But
Oof.
if anything, it was Omni-Man that learned a lesson about humanity that day.
They
Right.
tried to turn Mark into a Viltrumite, but in reality, as Nolan fled Earth with tears in his eyes, Mark made his father human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Omni-Man realized that he
This
had
episode
grown
sponsored
way
by
too
Burr.
attached.
Life can be
And,
overwhelming, and
yeah.
people are burned out without even knowing
And
it.
he was only really doing all of this out of a sense of duty and stuff like that, and was really only forcing himself to do all that, unintentionally forcing himself, but after he had some time to, reflect on his actions, that's when he realized and, became a good guy at the end of the day. But yeah,
Burnout with work, but that's not the only cause.
that's not
Any of the
spoiling
roles
it
in
too
life
much.
can
You're
just
probably gonna
help
figure
out,
this
no
out in
matter
like
how
season
much therapy
2
wants to
at
remind
the
you to
at the
prioritize
most.
yourself.
So
Talking with someone can help
Yeah.
you figure out what's causing stress
All right.
in your life.
yes,
BetterHelp
yes.
is customized online therapy that offers
But yeah, we
video,
got
phone, and even live chat
out of
sessions with
the
your
two
therapist.
characters
You don't
here,
have to see
yeah,
anyone
Omni-Man
anymore
is
if you don't
like
want to.
just
It can be more
the
affordable
better
than
person
in-person therapy,
overall,
and you can be
as we
connected
will
with
soon
therapists
find
in about
out with
48 hours.
Homelander.
And BetterHelp
So,
will get 10% off
yeah.
your first month at
Hey.
BetterHelp.com/deathbattle.
That's better HELP.com/deathbattle.
All right, come on. Get rid of Get rid of the ad. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Vought International, a multi-billion-dollar American conglomerate whose #1 products are the greatest superheroes on the face of the earth.
That's right. Superheroes are real and they're big business.
Imagine a company that possesses a monopoly on popular culture, pumping out movies, TV shows, action figures, and video games constantly,
Yep.
drowning the masses in a slurry of focus-tested nostalgia opium with no end in sight.
Yeah. Imagine.
Within Vought's pantheon of gods among men is their premier super team, the Seven, and its leader, Homelander.
He's got the looks, the charm, the Jesus, and most importantly, he's got the power to slaughter all of America's enemies at home and abroad. This guy probably eats freedom and shits eagles.
But Homelander's squeaky clean corporate sheen is only skin deep.
Right.
Far from the big blue Boy Scout he's marketed
There is
as,
attention,
Homelander is probably
fame,
the
and
closest
milk.
thing to Lucifer
Okay.
on Earth.
Remember bad future Biff from Back to the Future?
Right.
Give him superpowers
Yeah.
and video training.
Fair
Vought's
enough.
official
Yeah.
story is that Homelander was an alien who landed here as a baby, a tale we're all familiar with.
And one that's total bullshit. Homie was made in a lab.
He was made in a lab.
Proprietary super soldier serum, Compound V.
And he was a complete success.
Too much of a success. He was murdering rooms of terrified scientists before his umbilical cord was even cut. In the comics, Vought had to keep a remote-controlled hydrogen bomb strapped to him at all times because they had no idea what else could possibly kill him.
Right.
Grew up, he was subjected to psychological conditioning to make him the greatest and most profitable hero of all time.
It wasn't long before he debuted as Homelander, the ultimate defender of the American dream.
Homelander possesses massively superhuman strength, speed, and durability. He can fly at hypersonic speeds, see through walls with X-ray vision, and detect a person's emotional state from just the sound of their heartbeat.
But you know you're done for when he breaks out his heat vision, which is strong enough to slice through crowds of people or split airplanes in half.
Right,
Or
yeah.
screams so loud that it shatters the eardrums of anyone around him.
Those are
Okay,
innocent
yeah.
bystanders
That's at least
whose
one
ears are
advantage he
exploding,
has
by
over
the way.
Omni-Man because
Oh, yeah,
of
he
Viltrumite,
totally botched this mission to
ears
stop a
being
plane hijacking,
a bit
so he
more,
forced each and everyone on
you know,
board to die in the
fragile,
resulting
I
crash,
guess,
so they
but
wouldn't reveal his incompetence.
yeah,
Well,
that's
Homelander's powers may be real, but his heroism is
yeah, that's not
great.
gonna be
Though
enough.
he plays
Not
his
nearly.
part well, he cares nothing for the peons he's forced to protect.
The only thing he treasures is, ironically, his public image. Turns out being raised as a lab experiment doesn't create a healthy person. But
Yeah.
don't worry, he eventually cleaned up his act and started a totally 100% healthy sexual relationship with a fellow superhero who just happened to be an actual Nazi.
Yeah.
Speaking of
There we
sex,
go.
Wiz, you know how I'm always saying we should figure out how Superman and Lois get busy? Well, forget
Oh,
that,
no.
because Homelander proved that they can't when his ejaculation blew his partner to smithereens. Who proved that?
Look, there's no way to sugarcoat this. Considering a human's load has much less mass than a shotgun pellet, it would have to be moving significantly faster to achieve the same kinetic energy.
They're
Over
really doing
1,500
this.
meters per second, or
Oof.
4.5 times faster than sound.
That's right. Homelander can bust a nut faster than the speed of sound. Well, good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Ooh, kind of
Bye.
for humanity.
Yeah.
They made this dude the most powerful being on the planet and a psycho murderer.
That's no exaggeration. Stillwell even commented that Homelander has proven immune to every weapon known to mankind, no matter how powerful. Humanity literally lacks the ability to kill him.
That'd include nuclear weapons as powerful as the Tsar bomb, which exploded with the energy of 50 megatons of TNT.
Actually, it could have exploded with twice that. But the Soviets who created it were afraid it would irreversibly alter Earth's biosphere and end the world. That's right.
Okay.
He almost died.
And that's the kind of shit Homelander can shrug off no problem. He's strong enough to throw a jet with one hand and fast enough to outspeed a C4 explosion.
Despite being an emotionally stunted man-child, Homelander is still surprisingly cunning and able to manipulate those around him.
Right,
He
yeah.
probably wasn't too smart to piss off the world's angriest limey, Billy Butcher. Yeah, turns out forcibly fathering a bastard son with someone else's wife is not a good idea.
Of note, as unjustifiable as it is, to Homelander, this gave him something he never had before. Some small measure of control over his own life.
Being born Vought's star pupil meant he was under their thumb from the day he was born. His superpowered son was the first thing that was truly his and might be his best option for a new beginning. Or not.
Yeah. As you can tell,
This
he's
episode is sponsored
a
by Mint Mobile.
like
Years of fine print contracts and getting
Okay.
fucked by those big wireless providers. I know by now there's always a catch. It's like
all right. Yeah. Get through
But
this
did you
ad.
know that Mint Mobile
I
offers
think I've
premium
gotten
wireless
pretty much
starting at
everything
just
I
$15
need to
a
be
month?
said out of the way.
catch, Wiz.
Yeah.
What's the catch?
Like
There isn't one.
Omni-Man
Mint
is
Mobile's
like
secret sauce
at
is
the
that
very
they're the first company
least
to sell
a small
wireless
planet
phones
level,
online only. They
like
cut out the cost of retail stores and
above
pass
moon
those
level if
savings
you
to
want to
Mint
get
Mobile gives you the best
if you
rate, whether
if you
you're
really
buying
want to
for
get
one or your
technical,
whole family.
or
And
you
all
really
plans
want to
come
get
with
not
unlimited talk
well,
and text.
if you really want to get
It's like
generous
the nation's
for
largest 5G
Homelander,
network.
You can even
yeah.
use your own current phone
Oof.
with any Mint Mobile
Yeah,
plan and keep your
Homelander-
same phone number along with
Yeah,
all your
he's not
existing contacts.
nearly
I'm
as
excited to
powerful.
try it out
Like-
myself. I appreciate how
Yeah,
easy it is
the
to
analysis
open all
only
their
made
wireless
that
plans on their
more
website.
and more
To get your new
obvious.
wireless plan for
So,
just
yeah.
$15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free. Go to mintmobile.com/deathbattle. That's mintmobile.com/deathbattle.
All right, here we go. Come on, get rid of the ad. I want to see the fight already. I want to see if Omni-Man fulfills his promise that he made in the preview.
All right, the
So
combatants are set.
yeah,
We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time
for a death battle. All right.
Howdy, neighbor. Coco? It's warm. You know, Nolan, Homelander is more than just a superhero. It might be cynical to say this, but he's a brand. And it's very important to me that that brand means something. And if I'm playing second fiddle to some goddamn alien, what's really the point?
I don't know why they had this set up
What do you
during
think?
Christmas, but whatever. Oof.
Aw, she's shy. So, do we have
Man, Mark's gonna
another
come back
stand?
traumatized. I mean, more than he already is, but okay.
I'm going to feed you your own heart.
I expect you to do as much, Omni-Man. Let's do this.
Was a great line.
There we go.
Country? Seriously? I'm not here for your country.
I gotta say, like always, the music is a banger. Yeah. Yeah, they're making it on no uncertain terms. Yeah, this is not fair at all. He's not even trying.
Hit by someone your own size before? You have to turn with the punch to reduce.
Ooh.
Better.
Yeah, okay. There comes the sound thing, but... Oof.
What's the matter? Are you going to cry?
Yeah.
After I'm done with you, I'm gonna flash right that little shit son of yours! This worthless neighborhood! And every goddamn person you know!
Ah, there we go. Oof. He's doing it. He's doing it.
Remember what I promised you.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Ugh.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that didn't last long at all. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. It's over.
Wiz, if there's a god, it sure seems like he was working out some aggression there.
Despite Homelander's dominance within the world of the boys, he's a big
Slightly
fish
more
in a small
variety.
pond, relatively speaking. Homelander
Yeah,
can
attacking
move faster than
equilibrium, yeah.
sound, while Omni-Man can
Yeah.
move faster than light.
Yeah.
Homelander can survive a nuke, while Omni-Man can shatter the moon twice over.
Yeah.
To be fair, Homelander did have a couple of abilities Omni-Man didn't, like his heat vision.
And while Viltrumite healing factors have failed against continuous exposure to the heat of stars, that still took quite a bit of time. And there's no reason to think Homelander's heat vision was anywhere near that hot.
Right,
Hell,
yeah.
Nolan's tanked heat vision from the superhero Mean Supreme before. He can vaporize people in an instant.
Even if it was hot enough, Omni-Man's superior speed would cut him off before he could do any lasting damage. Similarly, despite being able to disrupt his equilibrium with his supersonic screaming, Homelander wasn't strong enough to capitalize on it in any meaningful way.
Right,
Plus,
yeah.
while Homelander is pretty devious when the situation calls for it, Omni-Man has been fighting and conquering worlds for thousands of years. He comes from a warrior culture based on fighting. Homelander,
Yeah.
on the other hand, comes from a test tube and never had to push himself as a fighter because he was always so much stronger than
Yeah, and when he
everyone
That's
and in the
key
comics
difference between
when
them.
he
one is a warrior and the other is a bully.
Yeah.
Homelander was never
when it
going
comes
give
to
up
the
easy, but
comics, he
Omni-Man's
fought
skill,
someone who was
power,
only
and
kinda
heritage
stronger than him.
earned
Not
him
even
the
like,
win.
not even by a
Comes to
wide
Superman
margin, just
knockoffs,
only
Homelander
slightly
had to eat
stronger.
his heart out.
The
Homelander
winner is
was obliterated. So yeah. Ugh.
Death Battle is back, and we've launched a brand new membership program for
All
our
right.
YouTube channel. By directly supporting our team, you'll get unique emotes, badges, and additional content.
All
and
right,
a
what's
bunch
next?
More. Click that join button to see more info, and thanks so much for watching.
Oh, Magneto. Oh, this is like versus Tetsuo, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Magneto versus Tetsuo. Yeah, from from what I know, this about these two characters at least, I know like the general consensus is Magneto's kids could not win a death battle, so he comes in and says, "Fine, I'll do it myself." But yeah, yeah, mutants have not had an easy time on Death Battle, have they? Like, we have, like, Rogue won her Death Battle, but even then people are saying, yeah, that's not accurate at all. Wolverine lost against Raiden. Yeah, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch lost theirs against, yeah. But yeah, hopefully this means, you know, we're finally making a comeback. Oh yeah, and Beast lost his, didn't he? Oh yeah, that's fun. Man, I think when it comes to every Marvel mutant we've had on Death Battle, the only one who's won is Rogue, and even then everyone disagrees with that one. But yeah, finally, we're but yeah, that fight lasted pretty much just as long as I thought it would. Like, because Homelander, I mean, yeah, Omni-Man was not trying in the slightest. At least not until, like, somewhat near the end, when, like, Homelander finally, like, unleashed Sonic screams, which disrupted his, you know, his equilibrium, but, like, yeah, that's only gonna do so much when you're that much weaker and that much slower. So, yeah, yeah, I got nothing else to say, so I'm just gonna end the video here. So yeah, till next time, guys. See ya.